Hi there, I'm Glory Penzra, your number one fashion school teacher. You know now. How you guys doing? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Ankara diaper pants for your baby or toddler around you. So stay tuned. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't and turn on the notification bell so you get to see more useful content like this. Don't forget to leave comments, ask
This is
questions,
a
send me
quick
feedback if you've tried out
illustration
this
of
project.
what our pants will look like in terms of the size or the dimension. This would be appropriate for a baby of 6 months to 2 years of age. So we'll begin with drafting the pattern. I've doubled my paper and that's the folded edge there. Next thing we're going to do is using a ruler, we'll rule a straight line at any point on the paper, and that line would indicate the waistline of our pants. According to the illustration I posted earlier, the waist circumference is 13.5 inches, at which when divided into 2 would give us 6.7 inches. So you go to the waistline and mark 6.7 inches. At the hip line, you're going to mark 4.2 inches, just as the illustration says. Then using a ruler, you connect the points in a straight line like so. Coming to the center front line where you have to fold, you place your tape 0 at the waistline and mark 9 inches downward. That is the crotch length of the pants. 9 inches downward, just as illustrated earlier. Coming to the groin line, we're going to mark 1.5 away from center front, just as you can see me do, because according to our illustration, we need 3 inches to cover the groin. We'll use our set square and square that up in a straight line. So the connection from the groin to the hip depth should be 7 inches. Just as illustrated, all I had to do was place my tape to confirm, then I used the ruler and connected just as you've seen me do. Next, you'll find the center of that line. So the center of 7 inches is 3.5. So you will mark 3.5, and then at the 3.5 mark, you're going to mark 0.5 inwards into the pant pattern and make a nice curve very close to the straight line, just like I've done. Still connecting the hip depth to the crotch. At the crotch line is the connection between the front pattern and the back pattern. So I'm going to place my paper on fold once more at the crotch line. This is more or less like dividing my paper into 4. Fold at center front and a fold at the crotch line. Next thing I'm going to do is from the inner curve, just like you've seen me do, I'll mark 1 inch outward and make a curve that looks, will I say concave or convex? Well, just as you've seen me drawn. Okay, nice. Now, using my scissors, I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to cut following the outline of the pants from the waist to the hip depth down to the last outer curve I made, before the crotch. Exactly. We'll cut this curve first. Okay. So what we've just done now is we've cut, with the aid of the front pattern as a guide, we've cut the back of this pants. Yeah, that's the back of the pants there. So now using our scissors again, we're going to adjust the front pattern, cutting the inner curve, the first inner curve I had made there. But before I do so, let me label center front and center back so there's no confusion. Right, so we're going to cut that inner curve. So this is what actually differentiates the front pattern from the back pattern. The front pattern has a curve that goes inward more than the back pattern. So our pattern is ready. It's that easy. Now open it up, you can appreciate the pant better. We have the full front and the full back. This is the beautiful Ankara fabric we are going to be using. So we'll place our pattern nicely on the fabric and fasten it with pins. So while cutting, I'm going to be adding my sewing allowance. I added 1 inch at the waistline of both the front and the back, and 1/2 inch everywhere else all around. You know, when you look down in your pants, around the crotch area, there's a part of the pants that is lined. So we are going to be creating a pattern for the lining of that pants. By placing your main pattern piece on another plain brown paper, you neatly trace around the crotch area. Just as you can see, take off your main pattern. Using your tape, measure 4 inches from the fold of the pants at the crotch, just like you've seen me do. Then use a ruler and connect the points together. All right, beautiful. So you have to take note of the parts of the lining that is the back and the front, and write it out so you don't use the wrong side of the lining for either the front or the back. We'll cut out our pattern for the lining, leaving 1/2 inch allowance everywhere round. Right, so that's how it will be placed on the pants when it is sewn. So using same fabric, we are going to cut the lining for the pants using the lining pattern we just made. So we'll cut exactly what we have on the pattern because the allowance has already been added to the pattern. All right, so there you have it. So we'll place it that way, head to a sewing machine and go and sew. So here we have joined the side seams. We have neatly used bias to turn the leg, as you may call it, of the pants. We have also bent the waistline of the pants, leaving a decent amount of space through which we would pass our elastic, just like so, on both legs and also at the waist. Yeah, our elastic will go in there. All right, so we'll fix the elastic in both the waist and the both legs. You can see the elastic hanging out there, right? We'll pull the elastic such that the waist is not that tight, just something appropriate for your baby's waist circumference, and the tie also. So our pants is ready, as you can see. Very comfortable for a baby of 6 months to 2 years of age. Lovely, lovely. Give this a try. Here's my princess rocking her lovely Ankara pants. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.